Yo, House Oversight Committee holds a hearing over sanctuary cities. Those are basically cities that protect illegal immigration or illegal aliens from deportation. Okay, so although this is a very divisive political issue, it remains Trumpito's one of Trumpito's main objectives, like he promised the more than 70% of Americans that voted him back into office. Okay, there are more than 200 cities and counties that consider themselves sanctuary cities or counties, but the main four ringleaders to protecting aliens, um, they basically are the Democratic mayor from Boston, Michelle Wu, New York's mayor, Eric Adams, Chicago's Brandon Johnson, and Mike Johnston from Denver, and they all did terrible jobs defending themselves. Now, check it. I admit some of the questions that they were getting asked were kind of effed up, but then it got, sometimes to the point when you just completely outnumbered, you just can't defend yourself. And so they basically got beat up right there in front of Congress, got jumped real bad. Here's one of the clips from one of the beatdowns they took. My name is Marcus Russell. This is the Marcus Russell Show.
Recognize myself to begin questions for 5 minutes, and I have limited time, so I want to start with a simple yes or no question, and I'm going to hold you all to that because after the first question, then we'll allow for a little more time. But Mayor Johnston, in 2017, Denver prohibited city officials, including corrections officers, from assisting and cooperating with any investigation, detention, or arrest procedures related to federal immigration laws. The city also stated that federal immigration authorities shall not be granted access or allowed to use the secure areas of any city or county jail. Mayor Johnson, is Denver a sanctuary city?
A lot of folks use that term.
Yes or no,
Sorry,
man?
Mr. Chairman. Folks use that term differently. I can tell you what Denver does. We do not.
Yeah,
I take that as a
yeah.
yes. Mayor
Yes,
Johnson,
yes.
no, yes
I
or
got
no?
5 minutes, fool.
I take that as a yes. Mayor Johnson, on March 10th, 2023, you posted on X that Chicago must lead and live by the promise to be a sanctuary city. Is Chicago a sanctuary city?
A 40-year policy of being a welcoming city.
Yes.
A 40-year
Yes.
policy of a welcoming city.
Mayor Wu, in November
Yes, we are, sir.
2024, you gave an interview noting that you served on the city council a decade ago when the Boston Trust Act was first passed. You said in that interview that in terms of Boston's policy, there is a prohibition on resources and personnel going to enforce civil immigration detainers, meaning Boston police and other departments cannot cooperate with ICE when it comes to detaining on civil warrants. Mayor, is Boston a sanctuary city?
Boston is a safe city.
I take
Oh,
that as a
what?
yes.
I can't
Mayor
believe they put them
Adams,
crosses on their
November
head like
12th,
that. They are
2024, You
crazy.
said, quote, this is a sanctuary city, but I must comment that you have, of the witnesses today of the major cities, you have publicly stated that you were willing to work with ICE on detaining the most criminal illegals, and I want to publicly thank you for that. But my question to you, sir, is New York City a sanctuary city?
Based on our classification, yes.
Okay.
Hey, at least
in
he
a Boston
admitted it. He kept it
suburb, an
200.
illegal alien raped and impregnated his 14-year-old daughter while living in a shelter for illegal aliens.
It's crazy.
Mayor Wu, under Boston law, would you turn this criminal over to ICE on a detainer?
Whenever there's a criminal warrant, Boston police enforce that and hold people accountable.
So would you
Turn him over to ICE?
criminal over to ICE?
This happened outside the city of Boston, but I can tell
Would you turn him over to
in the
ICE?
city, whenever someone commits a crime, whenever there's a criminal warrant, we hold them accountable. If
Oh,
ICE
my
deems that
God.
they are dangerous enough to obtain a criminal warrant, and the Boston police will enforce it.
Will you turn that criminal over to ICE?
We follow the laws. And
James
make
Comer is
sure
so funny,
that
man.
everyone-
Like, no, you won't even do it then.
Who is a suspected member of a violent foreign gang who was brought into custody for his potential involvement in a murder. He was released when Cook County declined to press charges. This illegal alien is also facing charges for kidnapping and sexually assaulting his
That is
former girlfriend last
wild.
year. Now he's on the streets. Mayor Johnson, under Chicago law, would you turn this criminal over to ICE on a detainer?
Brandon, would you do it?
Our local law enforcement works hard every day to get criminals off the streets.
So
of
no,
Chicago.
you wouldn't
Turn
turn
the criminal over to ICE. That's the problem. That's one of the topics of this conversation. That's one of the problems
It's
we've heard
crazy, y'all.
from Tom Hammond and from the Homeland Security is that in your cities, when someone's apprehended for a crime, and
Would you
ICE
turn
has
them
put
over to
out
ICE?
the same
Jesus
policy wanting to come in and
Christ.
deport the criminal alien, that you will not cooperate with ICE. Will you turn that criminal over to ICE?
And we do not harbor
Would you
criminals.
turn them over to ICE, Brandon?
Our local police
Jesus.
department works hard every single day to ensure that the city of Chicago is
Yes
safe.
or no? Will you turn the criminal
Will you
over
turn
to
them over,
ICE?
man?
With
Jesus.
a criminal warrant from the federal
This is
government,
crazy,
our
yo.
local law enforcement repeatedly collaborates with federal agents.
With ICE.
So you're saying publicly today, you will turn that alien over to ICE in a safe place like a jail, and not turn him out on the street and say, here you go, ICE.
Ain't got to chase them
Good luck.
down. Yeah.
You will turn that criminal over to
Will you
ICE.
do it? Will you do it,
With
Brandon?
a criminal warrant,
Ah, this.
as we have done for 40
Should
years.
that criminal be turned over to ICE?
Jeez.
With a
Eric?
criminal warrant, they are subject to the federal laws, and that includes
Jesus.
deportation.
Yo, just one simple question, Brandon. Will you turn over illegal, violent aliens to ICE? Will you just answer the question? Yo, they beat on them people for like 6 hours. At one point, that's when Ayanna Presley was like, "This is just stop it," and they beat her up. They beat her up too. But at some point, they need to just accept it. A, this is happening. You know what I'm saying? And B, when you're not cooperating, you might be incriminating yourself. And so it's like literally like they've been okay, they haven't been cooperating with ICE, but they're telling that they got the criminal, the violent criminal, and they're about to release them because they be releasing them. I don't know. I be never getting released, but they about to release them, and then the ICE agents been chasing them down like in the jail parking lots. It's been wild, and literally like you're endangering normal people. You know what I'm saying? And actually, the local efforts to like stop ICE is alarming. I don't see why when the rest of your constituents is against this. I've been to Illinois for one. I lived down there for all of last year. And Brandon, y'all have a problem there. Now check this out. I have to say this because I say this anytime I speak on this topic. If I was the president and I ran the country, I wouldn't be dragging you out of the country. Some of y'all, y'all have ties to this country. But as I have always said, if you're not a documented American right now, you know what I'm saying, and you came in here illegally, we need to figure out a better process. And like for one, just America's just breaking up with everybody right now. And that's the America first. So if you're not here first before the America first, it's unfortunate, but it's happening, y'all. And it's messed up. It's not me doing it. Trumpito's doing it. I don't make the decisions. You know what I'm saying? But it's happening. And so, you know, mayors like Brandon Johnson, mayors like Mike Johnston, mayors like Eric Adams from New York, y'all have been literally spending the money that y'all need to spend on us. And that's the only thing. It's all about the money at the end of the day. I'm sorry to say it. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. Make sure you tune in. Yo, till next time. Peace.